What is going on, my friends? Welcome to Mountain Motorsports in Roswell. And yeah, that bike you see in front of you is a 2016 Kawasaki H2. This bike is not from Mountain Motorsports. This bike is from 650 Ebe, who's another motovlogger here on YouTube. I'll put his links in the description. This is his Kawasaki H2. That is his R1M. And we're doing first rides on both of those today. Today, in this video, you'll be seeing the Kawasaki H2. I cannot tell you how many of you people have been asking me to do a first ride on an H2. And thanks to 650E, we are actually going to get to ride it today. I can honestly say I've never been this nervous for a motorcycle. But you know what? A motorcycle's a motorcycle. We'll see what's up. Big shout out to 650E. Make sure to check him out in the description. And without further ado, let's get it started. All right, ladies and gents, the bike you've all been waiting for, the H2, Kawasaki's. You know what we need in this community? A bigger motorcycle engine with a supercharger. Why not? Okay, let's get this thing going. Oh my God. You know what? Obviously I can't check the footage right now, but I'm willing to bet that engine and that exhaust does no justice on this microphone. All right, so first impressions, way lower to the ground than I expected. I can actually flat foot with bent knees. I can stand up off the bike, which makes it a lot easier to control it when I'm not moving. That's, you know, it's a heavy bike. This is not a tiny bike. There's no surprise there, but wiggling back and forth, having that low center of gravity really helps out. Okay, I can't, I'm trying to stall as long as I can. There's no stalling this situation. There's nothing to do but ride it. Body position, you know, I'm over, man. I am tucked in and I am over. There is no getting around that fact right now. But my God, do you hear that? Do you hear this motorcycle? Woo, snap, okay. Kawasaki H2, literally, without any shadow of a doubt, the fastest motorcycle I've ever done a first ride on. The modifications that 650 Ebe has put on this bike has gotten it to around 250, which is insane amount of horsepower. I'm sure torque as well. I am so scared of this bike. Oh my gosh. Man, oh my God. Oh my God. Woo! Okay, so here's something weird with this bike. Even with a leader bike, you know, even with like really fast motorcycles, you get a feeling of a gradual power increase or a gradual power decrease depending on where you are in the rev range. And you know, some bikes have a bigger power band than other bikes. I don't know if I've ever ridden a bike like this that just feels like I'm in the power band, just period. It's funny, I was actually telling my wife this morning about this bike, and she was like, you know, are you scared of that bike? Are you worried about it? And I was like, no, babe, a motorcycle's a motorcycle. They've all got a power band, and you know, it'll all work out. You know, it's a motorcycle's a motorcycle. Some are faster than others. But this bike just feels like it's in the power band, just period. That's what it feels like. So it is, I gotta be honest, guys, it's really hard to talk about this bike. you know, you can feel when you're on the power and you can feel when you're not on the power. When I let go of the throttle, I'm engine braking down. I feel like this is one of those, it's either on or it's off bikes. Mr. Eve told me that it has an auto blipper, so I should be able to upshift and downshift without clutching it. I'll be trying that on the highway, but I can tell it's very smooth between shifts. So it's not stock, so I don't know what the stock one feels like. The instrument panel I love. I love this blacked out with white lettering. Oh my god, it revs so quickly, Jesus Christ. I am not used to that clutch at all. That sound. I'm not even on the highway. What is happening? Woo! So this bike just feels like you're in the power band, just period. That's it. You're just there. You're like, what up, power band? I'm here. I'm being very careful with the clutch because I know the amount of power that this bike has, and I don't want to slide out, or you know, you gotta be really careful with bikes like this, man, because you can get so hurt, you know. So I'm just trying to be as safe as possible right now, and the clutch is really hard. Like that is a serious clutch, man. Look at that. Like, even if I'm not giving it throttle, if I'm just consistent throttle and it goes down a little bit, watch, I'm just thrown around like a damn rag doll. I will also say it's a heavy bike. This is not a light bike. It you know, it's a freaking Kawasaki H2. I don't expect it to be light, but it's pretty thick. It is a pretty thick bike, and you can feel it. You can feel the weight, man. Look at the freaking paint. God, I hope the GoPro can show that. Are you kidding me? Look at all the carbon fiber. Oh my gosh. It is an absolute pleasure to just to experience a bike like this. I would personally never want this bike because I'm not the type of rider that could handle a bike like this, but man, it's so nice to be able to at least just, you know, appreciate it and ride on it and get to feel what it is. We've got a adjustable suspension, we've got a Öhlins front steering stabilizer. It revs so fast, man. You have to get used to that quick. I love that sound. Oh, it auto blip. That is cool. Okay, auto down blipping is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I didn't have to do anything. It just auto blip. You don't have to like rev match or anything. Okay, I don't know if the auto blipper is stock. Highway test 2016 Kawasaki H2 modified. Oh goodness. Okay, so let's not kid ourselves. This bike was made for the highway. It was made for the highway, or it was made for drag racing or showing the bike off. You're probably not going to be able to hear me much more. I'll talk when I can. Holy God. Okay. So the power is it's constant. There is no better way for me to describe the power of this motorcycle than constant. I have no clue what I got to speed-wise. All I know is that at no point did I feel the power taper at all. At no point. I don't even know. I don't know how to describe what I just felt. But just constant. Still a heavy bike. Windshield does an amazing job blocking wind. It is an experience to have. I wonder, alright, we're in 6th gear, going 6,088 miles an hour. Just as a curiosity. Okay, so you can bog it down. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, because it's going to turn on in a second. Okay, so I was curious, could I put it in 6th gear at a speed that was not meant to go in 6th gear in, and it'd be bogged down? Because I've never ridden a bike with a supercharger. I don't know how that does. You can bog the bike down, thank God, but you can feel it just exponentially ramp up. I don't know if I've ever gotten chills on a motorcycle, at least to that degree. Wow, guys, you know, you get on the highway and this is like every bike. Oh, I forgot about the down blipper. Oh my God, that's the most amazing thing. I love that more than the speed. So I feel like every bike has a best user case, right? Every bike is made for a very specific purpose, and when you ride that bike for that purpose in that range, you realize what the bike's made to do. And I realize that I have meant to always have an auto blipper on all my bikes. The rear brake is a little squishy, I will say that, you know, notes. But when you ride a motorcycle in its environment, so on the highway, I've got a 250 something horsepower Ninja H2, and you ride it like that, and you realize, oh, okay, that's what this bike is made to do. That was what the highway was. That is what it felt like. This bike was, oh dude, I'm here, this is where I'm supposed to be. That honestly was absolutely incredible. I can tell you guys, I have ridden a lot of motorcycles. You guys have seen, I have done a lot of first rides, and I've ridden a lot of really fast bikes. I have never felt anything even close to what I just felt on the highway with this Ninja H2. I can't believe a motorcycle can feel like that. Look at that. It is not happy. You know what this bike reminds me of going at low speeds? The Ducati Panigale that I rode. You know, those bikes are just not happy not being ridden. I will say, the bike being heavy, it's almost a requirement. Like, this bike has to be heavy, because if it's not, you have a light bike with this much power, man, you couldn't ride it. You would not be able to ride a bike with this much power if it was not heavy. It is absolutely required for this bike to be as thick as it is and to be the weight that it is. It makes it rideable. You're able to ride it. Now, nobody is going to go out and be like, you know what, I need a daily rider, I'm going to go get a Ninja H2. Nobody's going to do that. Maybe 650E. Oh, that little whine that you get, holy shit. That is absolutely insane. What a freaking experience, man. If you guys want to know what it feels like to ride a bike with what feels like infinite horsepower and infinite pull, this thing right here, this is as close right now as you're going to get to being able to experience unlimited power. The absolute closest. Lean leaning over, you actually feel okay with such weight and power. It feels good, man. I don't know if it'd be good on a track because, you know, you've got so much weight, but what a freaking experience. Holy cow. It's like getting to ride a mythical dragon that, like, why does it not want to go into neutral? There it goes. I think the blipper likes to go past neutral. Oh my gosh. My legs are touching these engine blocks, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't really like when my legs touch engine blocks because I know on a really hot day my legs are going to touch that and they'll burn. So, not a huge fan of that, but I might be sitting up too far. God, thank God this thing is so low to the ground, man. I wonder if Kawasaki put this bike with a lower seat height so that the rider could be able to control, you know, the weight of the bike. If they did, that's awesome. That's really something that's well thought out. I will say that the shift light on here, that is aftermarket. 650 Eve said he added that in. So the bike doesn't come with a shift light. Although in my head, I'm sitting here thinking about it, and if you were ever on this bike and got to the point where you needed to shift, I'm pretty sure you've got other things to worry about, because even, think about it, even in first gear, if you were to shift, you would be going well over 100. Well over 100. So, in those circumstances, you're going to be like, damn, man, I forgot to shift. You're going to be like, bitch, I am dodging, bobbing, and weaving. What the f***? And now it goes without saying, guys, I'm not on a track. I'm not trying to max this bike out and all that kind of shit. I'm riding it for a daily rider, and it's a Ninja H2, so you can understand and appreciate the ridiculousness of this video is. You know, I gotta say, it's twitchy, but you get it on a road, you can sit back. You just gotta get it in fourth gear, and it's not so bad. It's not, you know, I let off the throttle and I don't fly forward. I throttle, okay, I still throttle it up and I still go back. Okay, well, there's that. You can't get around the power, but you can get around the engine braking, it seems. I gotta admit, the body position, perfect for this bike. I feel like the body position fits it so well. This may be a ridiculous bike, but I gotta be honest, they've made it in a way that everything works. The body position it works with the bike. The actual body of the bike works with the power that it has, you know. Everything kind of is cohesive in the package you're getting right now, and it is an absolute awesome experience to ride one of these. I see a little KTRC, which tells me this bike has Kawasaki traction control. It's got the KQS, which is Kawasaki quick shifter. So it has all of the kind of normal accoutrement you would expect from an extremely expensive motorcycle. It's got all the fun little tech you need. I don't know how much of that's going to help you when you're going down the highway at like 1,000 miles an hour though. Surprisingly, the mirrors aren't bad. And what I love about the mirrors is they fit the aesthetic of the motorcycle. The motorcycle is this big angular situation. The lines are absolutely beautiful, and the mirrors look like that, and they actually work because they're actually far enough ahead of you. It's a bike you really need to see in person. I don't know how it's going to translate over video, but man, wow, your butt can go all the way back, and I bet it does. I bet if you have this bike and you actually run this bike, I bet your butt hits that back seat a lot. So we're gonna get off the bike. I'm gonna walk around it and show you guys what this beautiful thing looks like, because it's something you don't get to see a lot, man. Not many people get to see what an H2 looks like in person. Alright guys, may I introduce the beautiful 2016 Kawasaki H2. Oh, 650E again, big shout out for allowing me to ride this bike. Look at the lines, y'all. Look at that. This looks like some ancient hieroglyphic. Probably means fast as shit. Oh my gosh. Brembo brakes, of course. Dude, what is it? Brock's Performance? That exhaust pops so much off of this bike. Eve's got carbon fiber, everything down to the mother freaking wheels. This is the tail I was talking about. It's got all the air vents in the back. No passengers because they wouldn't exist on this bike. Your butt's going to be hitting that all the time. You got the Ninja H2. Look, you can even see me. Guys, I don't even know what to say about this bike, man. It is an absolute dream, not only to get to ride it, just to get to see it. You got the little supercharged emblem right there. Absolutely insane. So what I was talking about, the mirrors, you guys can see it. They really fit in angularly with the rest of the bike. The angles are just so good. The forks match perfectly with the chrome on the bike. Oh, of course, you got the single-sided swing arm, of course. I forgot to mention that, which is just, I don't know, I feel like Kawasaki doing a single-sided swing arm on this thing was just like, they were like, hey Ducati, yeah, we can do that too. We're just saying, you know, just throwing it out there. Absolutely insane. Yeah, dude, I don't even know what to say. I've never really been in a situation where I'm at a loss for words for a bike, but this one definitely does it to me. So guys, what I'm about to do is crank the bike up and let you listen to it with the audio on the GoPro. Trust me though, the bike is so loud you're not going to be able to hear it well on the GoPro. I highly recommend you to click the link in the description and go to my blog post. I do it for every first ride, but this one specifically, you are going to want to be able to hear what this thing actually sounds like with that Brock's exhaust. And trust me, the high-res photos are dope. Chaseontwowheels.com. Links in the description. Just do it, okay? Let's listen to this thing. That dash is so dope. I'm not going to rev it up too high because that's a church. So, there's that. I also want you guys to see how little I rev it. The throttle is instant, all the power. Okay, my ears can't take that. And there you go, guys. That is the 2016 Ninja H2. Look at the tail. Damn, that looks evil. Holy shit. Look at the front. Damn, that looks just as evil. Okay, let's finish this damn thing up. Holy hell. Holy hell. 2016 Ninja H2. Let's ride, mother. You have to be so careful with that clutch and the throttle. Throttle is instant power. Clutch, super hard. So, that is just asking for you to pop a damn wheelie. I will say the little controls are a little tiny. I wish they were a little bigger, to be honest. But I mean, who cares about controls when you're going 300 miles an hour? That's just a random number. I don't know if this bike will actually go 300. I don't think it will, but shit, who knows? So, I guess my final, holy shit, man. I guess my final thoughts of the H2, I appreciate the fact that I got to experience what a hypothetical amount of unlimited power felt like. I think that's my really big takeaway from this bike. You know, it's a gorgeous bike. It has all kinds of great tech in it and everything. It's a little bit heavy, and it has to be, but my main takeaway is that I got to feel what, like if I was in a video game and I got, you know, if I was in Mario Kart or some type of racing game and you got like unlimited power, I feel like I've gotten a real life video game cheat code, and I was able to experience what it felt like to go infinitely fast, as fast as you want, no power degradation whatsoever. I think that's my big takeaway from this thing. It's crazy expensive, it looks phenomenal, it performs ridiculously in the power department, and it's a little heavy, because it kind of has to be. I think this bike looks really cohesive. All of the all of the styling works together, which is really good to see. It, you know, there's nothing on this bike that it felt like, Kawasaki kind of called it in with that. Everything just looks top quality. And it should, you know, for the price of this bike, it should. Typically, in my videos, I do a 5-point helmet scale rating for motorcycles. I'm giving this thing 5. It's just for the fact that I got to experience unlimited power, I got to give the bike 5 for that. If you want to know a breakdown of what I thought about each individual aspect of the bike, you can go check out the blog post. I tell you guys, you know, what I felt about the handling and what I felt about this and that and all that kind of crap. So if you guys want a detailed breakdown of what I thought about the individual characteristics, that's on the blog post that I do. But as far as the helmets, man, a big 5. So I also tell you guys who I recommend the bike for that I'm riding. You gotta have deep pockets, and this bike is good for 2 things. You either are going to drag strips and riding this bike, or you're showing this bike off. Those are the 2 situations where I feel like if you buy this motorcycle, you will be maximizing your dollar value of this motorcycle. If you get this as your daily rider, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea at all. It's way too powerful. It's way too twitchy to want to ride it on a daily basis. You want to ride this thing at a drag strip where you got 2 modes, off or going balls to the wall, and this bike is going to do a phenomenal job when it comes to that. When you're talking about daily riding, man, like this, I got to be in 3rd gear to be comfortable with the power delivery. No, 4th gear. 4th gear, if I give it power, it still throws me back. It's just ridiculous. I would probably have to be in 5th. Still. Yeah, so my point is, a daily rider, this thing's ridiculous. But for a drag bike or something you just want to show off, such a gem of a piece of a machinery, an absolute dream to ride. And guys, before we get out of here, massive shout out to 650 Eve, fellow moto vlogger here on YouTube. Was nice enough to let me ride his Ninja H2, his customized Ninja H2. If anything, I want you guys to give him a huge shout out in the comments and let him know how appreciative you are for letting me have the opportunity to ride this thing, and let you guys know what it's like riding for the first time. And it's been an absolute pleasure getting to hang out with him and ride his bike. So make sure to check out him in the comments down below or in the description. And what do you guys think about the H2? What are your thoughts on it? Guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels, and this was a bucket list item checked off of the list. I'll see you guys on the next First Ride, or one of the next videos that I do. I publish on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays every single week. I appreciate you guys watching, especially to the end of the video. Make sure to like the video if you guys got this far in. Oh my God, you guys go out there and ride positive, and I'll see you on the next one. Later. Okay.